Welcome. What I'm going to do now is walk through a way of using conditional formatting within the matrix or the table visualization, which will allow me or the audience to be able to get some visual indicators or clues or cues, should I say, from the data in the table without it being in a numeric format, which can be quite difficult to quickly interpret. So you can imagine this would be, say, in a presentational slide deck, and I want to change the way the table is from numerical text information to some form of visualization without losing the sense of a table. So what I'm going to do is going to go to the visual gallery, and I'm going to select the matrix, and then it's going to ask me what I'd like to put in that matrix. All data, and I'm going to select the year. That puts my years in there, and then I'm going to select and just drop in the values of the house prices. Okay, and it's come up with the sum, which I don't want, so I'm going to do some quick tidying up. That's great. And then if I just click on the little visual one here, more options, what I'm going to remove is the row totals as well. Right, so what I want to do is turn this information into something that is easier to interpret. And if I go back into my build a visual and I click on the name of the visual and I right click with my mouse, one of the options I get is conditional formatting, and I get a number of ways I can format the information. I'm going to select data bars, and it's going to give me a new pane. So from this I can decide on a number of things. Firstly, I'm going to show the bar only, but I'm going to do that at the end. Secondly, it says what do you want? Do you want, if it's positive or negative, do you want different colors? I'm going to select the same color, and it makes sense in a moment. I'm going to click OK. So what I've done here is I've kept the text, the numbers on for a little while as I build it out, just to make sure I'm clear on it's doing or behaving what I'm expecting it. So 10.1 is much larger than 2.6, and I see that's negative and it is negative, etc. So I'm happy with that. It seems to have represented the information as is. I've done my sort of quality assurance, so I go back into those data bars, and now I click show bar only. Wonderful. That's given me my first piece there. Next one I want to add then is try a different visualization to see. Let's take the mortgage rate change. So this is the mortgage rate change, is the difference, the annual change. You know, is it? I'm really interested in, is it negative or positive? In other words, compared to the previous year, did the value get bigger or smaller? Yeah, I'm not so much interested in the figure. I'm kind of interested in a way of indicating, is it negative or positive? Because the idea is a mortgage is a price a person would borrow, or the price the person borrows money at to buy the house. So the higher or the more positive it is, or if it's going up, increasing, then money to borrow for housing is more expensive, so I should demand less of it. If I demand less of it, the annual house price should be smaller. So I've got this information on. I can clearly see I haven't actually got a value for 2010, and then I've got the information here. So first, I'm going to do two steps. Firstly, I'm going to use my filters, expand that out, and where it says year, I'm just going to do this really simply because it's going to be for a presentation. So I'll just say select everything but 2010, and now we can see 2010's disappeared, so I haven't got that blank. So I'm happy with that. The next piece here I'm going to do is again that conditional formatting. So I'm going to go conditional formatting, but I'm going to select icons this time. And we have a number of icons to select from. What I'm really interested in, I'm going to look in my styles. I kind of want an up and a down arrow. Perfect. These two in the middle, not interested, but I can remove those in a minute. I'm really interested in, is it going up or is it going down? Is it positive or is it negative? Negative is going to be going down, red. Positive is going to be green, going up. So let's select that. and it puts this in place now. And as I say, these two in the middle, the amber ones going up or going down, I'm not interested in those, so I'm going to say delete that particular case and delete that particular case. So I've got my rules. Now I just need to decide on the conditions. So if I look at this data, I can see it goes from minus 0.6-ish up to about 0.4. Okay, so I'm going to do this and give myself a bit of a safety margin. Firstly, these are in percents. I don't want them. I want them in the actual number. So I'm going to change those to numbers all at the same time so I don't miss anything. And the first point, if it's going to be negative, I'm going to have that as, say, -2. So give myself a big safety margin. And that's going to be less than 0. And then if it's going to be green, it's going to be positive. So let's say 0.1, and let's put that up to 2. And then I'm going to click on OK. So now I'll get my set of arrows. That's positive, great. These are all negatives, so they're red, great. These are positive, great. These are negatives, and they're red, great. Okay, so now I can just, again, I've checked it. It's working as is, so as it should do. So let's go back to the mortgage rate. Go back into conditional formatting and the icons, and this time where it says icon layout left of data, I'm going to go icon only. We've got that really nicely positioned. Brilliant. So now I can go back, if I so wish, into the format pane and start to tidy things up. I could put a title in, subtitles, etc. I could look at the column headings. I could make those, align those into the middle. I could make them much larger. I could therefore scrolling to there. Yeah, I can do things if I so wish. If I wanted to have them going on to different lines, I could do that, but I don't want to. I'm happy with them just sitting in the middle there. The row headers, again, I can make larger as well, so it's a bit easier to read. That's fine. I can put different backgrounds on if I so wish, colors, etc. And then with the specific columns, if I selected the mortgage change there, I again could put that into the middle, so it's easier to read. So overall then, I've created this visual. Instead of having it as a table, I have a different way of representing a table, and I can see that things are happening from 2011 to 2021, when things are falling. There's a kind of a relationship there. It's not super strong. It's a different way of doing it. So I could do a correlation coefficient to see if there's a better, stronger, or is the strength of this relationship. But it's a nice way of changing tabular information to give the audience a different way of engaging with that information if they so wish.